And it looks like we are underway.
Alright, let's see what we got at home. Just a small heart piece. Time to go to the sanctuary for Elminster.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dark Chapel, that's right.
Yep, again, with inverted mode, we switch locations. As you see, Link's house is swapped with the bomb shop. So the bomb shop now is where Link's house is in the light world.
And it looks like some of these enemies take a little bit more to hit. And Phylion's trying to hunt some bombs, but it's not working out so far.
I think that's just the start of... that's just... The enemy damage is the same even in hard mode. What Fylion was trying to do was he was trying to get rid of get an enemy killed for the tree pull, but I guess after getting damaged, that's the tier 2 tree pull, which would have just been the small magic. And as we see, Elminster is making his way into Skullwoods. Piece of Heart is the first item that we find in Skullwoods.
And with it being all dungeons, and Aga is going to be required no matter what, it is usually pretty good to go ahead and check the Lumberjack Ledge when you're in Light World, just in case you might need to take out Aga early for an important item.
Yeah, the only thing is that we will not be able to check Aga until we get to Light World. $20 in C-shaped house. Now, Fylion has not gotten bombs yet. From playing inverted mode, I can tell you for certain that, as we saw with Elminster, there are bombs in Skullwoods. There are also bombs in Thieves Town. So I will imagine we'll probably see Fylion pick those up.
We got the gloves already.
Which is from the brewery, which is blocked by a bomb. So, case in point, need bombs.
Nice little catch right there. And it looks like Elminster's going to keep going in and out and try to farm a few more bombs out here. Because there's 2 spots that has the chance to drop some bombs.
Alright, so we've seen 2 items so far in Thieves Town. $20.
So far, Thieves Town's not really paying off too much.
And the 4th required big one had to be the big key because we hadn't picked it up. And Fylion taking a death. Again, this is what happens when you do inverted mode at 3 hearts green mail. But that might have been a death warp because Phylion's saying, nope, I'm good.
Yeah, when you go into Dark World, enemies damage you a little bit more. So yeah, starting out green mail and 3 hearts, you're pretty much 1 or 2 hits away from dying almost every time. Not much in the chess game, but Fylion will find their gloves here if they can find a bomb.
There's discussion in chat about needing to defeat Ganon. Yes, so... Oh, hold on. We got Hype Cave to take care of.
Is Hype going to be Hype?
It's going to be a bottle of red potion to start, which
that's helpful. And the Moon Pearl. And a shield. Small heart piece. And a lantern. Well, that's probably a 9 out of 10 in my opinion.
Give it a 7. It's good. A sword would have made that a lot better.
It would have, but, you know, getting that early Moon Pearl, that's always nice to have. And also that early lantern, too. You can go ahead and get your Death Mountain access.
Which actually is where I think Elminster is heading.
Let's see how many digs it takes today.
$20 on the bumper ledge, so we won't need to worry about that. And just a big 20 from the digging game.
28 digs just for that.
Probably got more money just trying to get that $20 than the actual $20 itself.
Now, with it being inverted, for those who don't know, when you take the old man out in Dark World, you have to climb up the mountain, go to Light World, then drop all the way back down to get him home. Stumpy only having $5 today.
So back to our point earlier when they were discussing about defeating Ganon. With all dungeons, yes, you have to defeat Ganon. Normally in the randomizer, the most common mode is defeat Ganon, which is you just have to get the 7 crystals, get to Ganon's tower, kill Agatu, and then go kill the big pig. The thing is with the fall tournament, with these runners, as they're in their group stages, they're doing different modes and doing different things to at their selection when they're racing everyone else in their group stage. Most of the runners, top runners that are very execution heavy, will use all dungeons as their selection because it
And it is back. And Fylyon's checking out Hype Cave, getting their items.
testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3.
Alrighty. Well, now I was gonna mention something. I forgot what it was. You go ahead.
Let me finish the thought. The thought before we reset the stream for the audio. What I was saying is that the dungeons will runners wanting to run all dungeons is because they want to avoid an unfortunate. Oh yeah, there's a required item in a Pendant Swamp Palace that I am absolutely never going to until I absolutely have to go to Pendant Swamp Palace.
Real quick, I just wanted to thank you, Chef, for working with us. We got the audio fixed, and we're all good to go now. And one thing I want to mention, with all dungeons going on, there could be a possibility that a required item for a pendant dungeon is in Ganon's tower. So we have to look out for that because it is a possibility.
Which the truth of the matter is that is always the case, whether it's all dungeons or just defeat Ganon. The thing is that we only ever actually care about it when it's all dungeons. Stigma of the Rose just gave us a tier 1 sub for 3 months in a row. Thank you very much. Your subs and donations help keep the lights on here on the Speed Gaming network of channels.
We're out to see with Fylyon what the old man item was and get caught up with that. Elminster's just running off through Skull Woods. Didn't notice anything different on Elminster's screen, so I don't think old man was any major item. And Big Key just led to a map.
Ooh. Fylion getting caught in the ball boy and had to go through a whole bunch of text.
It throws a few punches at him. And on top of Pinnacle Rock is just 5 rupees.
So, based on what we've got so far, and by so far I mean we're still waiting on a hammer for Light World access or a sword to run AGA 1. We probably...
Sorry, go ahead.
fylion noped out of Thieves Town early and did only did the first 4 chests. I gotta think something's in the back of Thieves Town. Now, gracefully, because we don't have a sword or a hammer yet, that means 3 hearts green mail blind is out of logic. Except the problem is the sword and the hammer are the 2 things we're actually looking for.
Oh, if we find the Titan's Mitts too, we can get into Light World at least. That gives us some access.
This is true. We would Light World access would be good with the Titan's Mitts.
Looks like the boss key for Tower of Hera is in the basement today.
Which means we are going to have a required coffee break once we get there.
And a single bomb and a heart piece was all in the chest gate.
It's actually the second item that is the randomized item. The first one is randomized also, but it's randomized from the chess game, not randomized from the item pool.
Alright, fylyon's going to go up and do the Skull Witch check, and Elminster is heading down to do the dig game after they do the arrows game.
Yeah, the arrow game is going to get them the cash to be able to do said digging game.
So far, very nice. We get perfect and a perfect score. Yeah, inverted is usually starts off really difficult for everybody. The low hearts and high damage from the enemies. It's usually, unless you can find that blue mail right away, but with the hard mode, yes, blue mail is the highest you can go, and you can only get up to a tempered sword. Well, at least through this dig game, looks like Elminster will be able to get his money back.
One thing you'll hear from me a lot tonight is, I suck at this game. I really suck at inverted, but I also suck at this game. But when I run inverted, I make sure to do as many digs as possible to get as much cash as I can.
And Elminster grabbing their 5 rupees from Stumpy, and fylion found the big key and probably going to go check that chest and end up getting the map. Looks like the other item they're going to be looking for will be fire rod locked.
Yep. Somebody asking about fylion sprite. So one of the things you can use and do in the randomizer is you can use custom sprites, and we have a whole bunch of sprite artists that do all this custom work for us. Dark Link is the link that fylion is using, whereas ElminsterRTA, I think, is using Minish Cap Link, I want to say.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Speaking of which, Elminster is about to do a very risky thing right now and try to get through the Lionels to Super Bunny Cave.
It's possible, but like you said, extremely risky.
It is.
And he makes it through.
Could also be logically required.
And we might not see a map check really until later, because all dungeons, it doesn't really matter which is which unless you're looking for the green pendant or the red crystals.
And there's our sword, which means there's our AGA 1 access and ability to kill blind.
Yeah, because in this one, you do not need to have a Master Sword or Cape to get through AGA, since it's in Ganon's Tower. All you do is walk right in, just have the sword to slash through the curtains, and you're good to go. And it looks like Elminster's heading right for it.
Yeah, normally I would say that this is one of the few things you want to hold off on doing until you absolutely have to. But with this being all dungeons, you're doing AGA 1 at some point, and the seed's kind of pointing that way.
Yeah, because they're not really giving up the hammer Titansmiths for their light world access, so it looks like it is going to be an early AGA just to get in the light world.
We will see from Phylion's side if this is actually the right move or not.
Now, most people, what they do when they're running inverted, if they can, save AGA until last, because you can defeat AGA 2, go straight into, or go down to AGA 1, use the teleport, go right up to Ganon.
So I do want to make one correction. JP in chat thought I was wrong in saying that the sprite that Elminster is using is the Minish Cap sprite. He is correct. I have pulled up the randomizer in the list of sprite options. That is actually the Zelda Parallel Worlds link.
This one I have not seen before, so... So far, not too much in the other part of Thieves Town.
Shularoon in chat asking, so if there's nothing in Thieves Town, dodging Lionels to get the sword to kill AGA was required. Yeah. Yep. That was required. Some bombs in the shield are fire-locked in Misery Mire, so left side Mire, we ain't gonna have to worry about that today.
Heart containers under the bridge. With it being hard mode, it is tempting to might get, but it might hold off on that one. Because you only get, instead of 20 hearts, you get 14 hearts.
I guess what they say is true. Today our love is water under the bridge.
Yep. And now we get to see the back. If it's a key, then the last item be hammerlocked or was blind. And that's it. Looks like Fyon's going to go ahead and pull blind out, but I don't remember them having an offensive item.
Nope. I'll get back to that in a sec. We have an important thing to do right now, because ElminsterRTA is about to make his way into AGA 1, and there's a game we like to play, which is count how many blue balls AGA 1's going to hurl at our runners. So, Shandis, any thoughts?
I'm thinking it'll be 5 today.
I'm going to say 2.
Ah, you're thinking AGA's going to be nice, huh? Now, for those who don't know, the bad thing about getting blind up there now is the script is no longer in play when Fylion goes back to it.
Alright, so we had the first one is always required. The next 3 are random, so we had a normal shot there, so that's 2. We need 6.
There's one.
There's our first blue ball.
Come on, AGA, give me 5.
Well, we're at 3-1.
Fyon's making the AGA play right now.
And now there's required lightning, and now we spin again. So this will be required normal ball, so that's 4. Here's the 3 randos.
No,
that's 5.
Look like getting up to 5 blue balls today.
In fact, it's only 1 blue ball.
Wow, AGA was really nice today.
And we had 2 guests number 1. We had, first up was, here we go, Chunky Dude and Ricantahu? I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. You both guessed 1. Congratulations.
And now Elminster taking advantage of the light world and going straight to see what Uncle's holding on to today. And Uncle was planning on blowing up the castle.
Failed miserably, though.
Yeah, he kind of got passed out down there.
So, anywho, back to your point about fylion taking blind to the boss and messing up the scripted path. Side note, we got pendants at green pendant at Skullwoods. We got pendants at Pod and
Meyer,
and none of the crystals in the Dark World were 5/6 crystals. So anyway, yeah, the fact that the script is off script now, yeah, that's true. But I think what fylion was doing there was taking blind to the boss room, so that way he doesn't have to redo it. He doesn't have to go back all the way to get the maiden and get him. Now he can just go straight to the boss room and just take care of the boss.
And the only single problem with that is if there is a oh, the bow is in the dam today. Wow.
We got today D is for damn.
What I was gonna say is the only thing about taking out blind, if the item is in the big chest, they are gonna have to make another trip all the way back down there just for that chest.
Sorry to step on you there, Shandus.
Oh, you're fine. Let's see what's underneath the water today. Up, just some bombs.
Some soggy ones at that.
Yep, they're no good, so Element's just going to pass on them. Kind of hard to light a wet bomb.
All right.
Fylyon's doing real good. And you
had to say it, Shandus.
I had to curse. That's man. 21 minutes. The commentator curse strikes hard. That's the bad thing with blind, with only 4 hearts and green mail. All right, let's see what's in Modorm Cave today. If anything's good. Nope. Let me get some money. More money. And it's just money and a small heart piece today.
Whole lot of cash.
But getting ready to have Zora.
Yeah, $200 away from Zora.
And it looks like Elminster's going to head on to the Ice Rock Cavern. And luckily, Elminster has enough money for the bottle vendor, so better not forget that. For those who didn't know it, fylion chose the name, their names was Don't Forget Bottle Vendor, or something like that. Get Bottle Vendor.
Alright. fylyon's got blind down, $300 in Ice Rod Cave, map for your troubles, and the first crystal of the game 22 minutes in.
And it looks like the last item is hammer locked.
Okay, so a couple of things I've been kind of keeping on tap. We saw a hint earlier that a piece of heart and a shield were in fire locked in mire, which someone in chat, I'm sorry, I don't remember who to credit, pointed out a good point. That means we know what the 2 items in mire are, which means we don't need to go to mire except to go kill Vitreous.
Elminster taking advantage of all that money and go straight to Zora after he checks the island. See if he goes to get that heart from the hobo.
He's getting I think he's just foregoing it.
And finally, I'm going to pick up that blue potion, which is good to have in hard mode.
Ooh, and sniped.
But good news is Aga's down, so there is a portal.
Yeah, the thing is that what Elminster was doing is that there is a fake flipper glitch where if you go off screen, if you're right at the edge of a screen and you jump into the water, the game will think you're actually swimming even though you don't have the flippers. The thing is that in the normal game, if you do that, you have a potential to get locked because you basically get in this eternal state of jumping in and out of the water. So in the randomizer, we fix that by insta-killing you.
And just to make comment on something that Udamonistic said in chat, Yes, blue potions only heal, and fairies only heal for 7 hearts, and magic refills only half magic. And also, the Cane of Burna does not give you invincibility unless you are in. And we got a blue boomerang in back of Sorashla's closet, but the Cane of Burna does not give you invincibility unless you're in Spike Cave, and the cape takes twice as much magic unless you're in Spike Cave. It works normally in there, but the cape will take twice as much magic if you use it.
So I believe the Cane of Brian will work on all spike floors, but you will not get invincibility from it. I believe you can still damage enemies with the cane, you just aren't invincible with it.
Yeah, it still does fighter sword damage.
And with that bow we found in the dam, Elminster is going to make his way to Eastern Palace.
That's a good play, because you can go ahead and clear it out. Now, I do not believe that Elminster did a map check, so we do not know where the 5-6 crystals are in Light World yet. Fylion trying to kill those guards over in Aga Tower to give them a little bit of a hard time. Yeah, this dungeon was not really made for fighter sword, but you can do it. Fylion now knows the heart is under the bridge. We'll see if Fylion goes visit the hobo. And we found blue mail in Easter. That's good to have.
Yep, especially because that's the only mail upgrade you're getting in this game. The way the randomizer works with that is that it actually does put 2 mail upgrades in the seed, but when the one has been collected, the other one turns into a green 20 rupee.
Yeah, it's the same for the sword after you get the temper sword, so when you see the 20 rupees, you know that's where the other upgrade was going to be. Well, we got the big key early, so we gotta check the chest on the way through.
We're also gonna check this hint, and it's a joke hint.
Oh, I got my cup of tea right here with me, and it is nice.
Chat's saying it's a red 20. I thought it was like a green one that has the number 20, but again...
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it is the green. No, it's the green that says 20 on it. And answer question, chat, Elminster is the one that chose these settings. Chose settings for inverted, so they do not forget the bottle vendor, so they can get money before they visit Kakariko.
One bit of business we have to do before we touch back on that. Strawberry Speedruns gave us a tier 1 sub for 6 months in a row. Thank you very much. So anyway, backstory that we kind of touched on at the beginning of this race. ElminsterRTA and fylion both raced another runner, Cadenza, separately. We got flippers in Eastern Palace. Both of those runners made an unfortunate mistake where both of them in their separate races with Cadenza forgot to go check the bottle vendor, and that came back to bite them. So Elminster decided to go with inverted mode to make sure they have as much cash as possible when they get to Kakariko, so they don't forget that bottle vendor. And Book Lord gave us a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you very much.
And also Moonetric.
Thank you. We got a sub train going. Choo choo.
And while we have Elminster going to Armos Nights, we got fylion going ahead, check down and escape. Go down to where the princess's cage is.
Elminster took care of Aga 1 and now going to head for escape.
fylion.
Fylion, sorry. ElminsterRTA is meanwhile taking care of the Armos Knights.
And thank you, Corpse, for that Twitch Prime subscription.
And keeping that sub train going.
You're definitely helping us keep the lights on. The bow was in...
The dam.
The dam, yes. And with those flippers, that definitely puts Zora into logic.
Well, Zora was already in logic by virtue of the power glove.
Oh, that's right. But now they at least go up there and get the waterfall chest too, so those would be in logic.
Yeah, I think your point is it's going to be easier to route because now you can route Waterfall of Wishing with Zora.
And if something's on the ledge important, you can go ahead and get it too. Let's see what was in Zelda's chest today. Just 20 bucks.
And gonna take an intentional death warp to go check sewer chest and most likely back of escape because we did find that small key.
And to answer a question in chat from Nomadic, there is nobody in the lead just yet. It is way too early to call anything. Both of them have one crystal, but they're routing. There's no telling what's going to be where. It looks like Elminster's will go ahead and get the bomb or arrow capacity upgrade.
Yep, for those that may have played Randomizer before, in version 30, they've taken out the bomb and arrow capacity upgrades, took them back to the Pond of Happiness, and now you have to pay for them like you did before. And one thing about this being hard mode, it's now 200 bucks instead of 100 bucks. But the one thing also, I think the more important thing that Elminster was doing is that also automatically refills your arrows back. We got Shovel in the Waterfall of Wishing. So I think
fetch quest.
So I think Elminster was doing that more to get the arrow refilled than he was for the actual capacity upgrade.
Yeah, that is possible. Fylion's going to go ahead to the back of escape now. On the Zora's Ledge, we have just 20 rupees. That seems to be a common item there.
I think Big 20 is like the most common item in the item pool. But
is Zora going to be a troll today?
Well, that's why I wrote this nice poem. There once was a fish named Zora who gives you flippers and vanilla. But in Rando, he sucks for 500 bucks. Wait, we did this trek for a mirror. That didn't suck.
Wow. Definitely did a good job taking advantage of those flippers right now. Woo. Good poem, by the way.
All right, so that mirror actually helps us out a lot. In fact, we can go do catfish, because now with inverted mode, the mirror goes from the light world to the dark world. So I imagine Elminster is now about to mirror and go check a catfish.
And I believe that actually opens up the whole world for him now, both light and dark, except for a couple dungeons. Still can't get to the Mario area. And for those also, the flute. Oh, we got the book in the back of Escape. But with the flute, it only works in the dark world, but you must go to the light world to activate it.
Hey, Shandis, I hate to rain on your parade, but I have something I need to tell you.
Yeah.
We actually can't access the Meyer area because of the mirror going from the light to the dark world.
Oh, that's right. Go over the desert and you can mirror to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that does open up all the area, at least for the outside world, not counting dungeons. That opens up everything.
Yep. And the thing is again, because of that inversion of by nature of it being inverted mode, the book is literally the only way you can get into Desert Palace.
And it looks like we're going to go ahead and get our dig spot.
Yep.
Elminster seems to be just following those items as it gets them.
Strike the earth, piece of heart.
Fylion's going to check the Lost Woods area. I haven't seen this one yet.
No, surprisingly, neither runner has been to Kakariko yet, which is one of the most item-dense locations.
And we got a full heart over the mushroom spot and a free empty bottle over here. Bottles are actually kind of important in hard mode because those potions are a lot of help.
And as you can see, by the VT for VTorp, that as we said earlier, we flattened the land so we could get to South Grove Cave, because again, that mirror works in reverse. All right, we saw that Eastern was a 5/6 crystal, Desert's the other 5/6 crystal, and Pear is just a normal crystal.
Makes you wonder if there's something in the Pyramid Bomb Cave, because you have access to beat both Desert and Eastern, so you can actually get the Pyramid Cave pretty early. And we're getting the Blind's Hut check. We got 50 rupees, 100 rupees, some more bombs, and there's the other mail upgrade.
Which goes back to what we were talking about earlier about how there are 2 mail upgrades. Elminster got his in Eastern. fylion got his here in Blind's Hut.
And go ahead.
I think we were both about to make the same joke about how
yeah.
about how
fylion just bombing the bottle vendor.
the blacksmiths are counterfeiters today. That's what we were trying to get to.
Oh, there's another bottle. So we have 3 bottles available. And it's $50. And the tavern is the red boomerangs. Now we have both of them.
So to reiterate again, ElminsterRTA and fylion both raced against Cadenza. Both separately forgot to check bottle vendor, and of course he only has $5 today. So fylions. So as you can see, both of these runners are not too happy with that bottle vendor.
No, kind of blowing them up, and fylyon's blowing him up twice. So fylyon's really not happy with him. And a double chicken hut check for just a few rupees. And Elminster's got that lunchbox go carry around, take on a nice little tour of Kakariko. Guards aren't having any of it today.
Yeah.
Elminster was prepared for that.
They really do not like that bottle vendor at all.
I think it was fylion that actually forgot the bottle vendor the one time with the fire rod, so I think that's where it stemmed from. I think I remember that race a few weeks ago.
So back to what I was going to discuss here. It actually is going to be kind of a disadvantage for Elminster with tugging Gary's lunchbox around, because you'd really like to have the book to go check Bombo's tablet, and then also probably go run Desert, because with that book, as to what your point was earlier, Shanus, Desert is full clearable, but since Elminster hasn't been to the back of Escape, he won't be able to do that just yet.
And I wanted to mention that, forgot to mention that in the bottom of the whale was the only shield upgrade. So the next time we see it, it would be rupees. And fylion still needs, which looks like they're going to be heading that way now, head over to the dam and get their bow. Gonna get their other bottle out of here. Deserts could be boots locked. We do not know if it is or not. We'll have to go down there and check.
This is true.
But, you know, in a way, it's still worth going down there to check, since you have the items to clear it if it's not boots locked. I think fylion, once they find the bow, is going to head on over to Easter and take care of that. Then they'll get their mirror once they get their flippers and more money and go up to Zora. Which was surprisingly nice today. Not used to that.
fylion has his bow.
Getting told in chat that it must be soreless where they become green 20 rupees. So I guess in this one it will be just regular rupees. And fylion not messing with those wet bombs either. But fylion will find quite a bit of money up here in Modem Cave.
think Elminster... Wait,
Might
did
be heading back of escape.
Wait a minute. Did Elminster leave the lunchbox? Did he not go to take it to Gary?
I think he lost it.
Oh.
On the race game. Went too far away, changed screens too much, and yeah, I think he lost it.
Yeah,
but
that's not good.
We get the cemetery ledge check. Oh, it's a full heart. Go ahead and grab it. Those Ganon hugs hurt. And it looks like, yep, Elminster will be getting their book of Medora here in just a moment.
So we'll see if he decides to take what I was saying earlier about, hey, maybe you might want to route Desert in with Gary's lunchbox.
Yeah, at least check it out. Smart move, having the mirror early. Just mirror right back to where you were.
Yep.
You know, we haven't seen what Chapel holds, so let's see what we got. Sanctuary chest today is... Oh, no princess. Not just 5 rubies. And actually, it's all Elminster needed from escape because there's nothing else down there.
Nope.
Fylion trying to set up for his fake flipper. Ain't got it. And... Oh, the chest was still there up there by Blind's hut. Wow.
That actually works out for him.
Yeah, he can go ahead and take it on up there to... Or take it to the man, get it unlocked, and head on over to Desert. Maybe Gina will actually have something today.
I mean, to be honest, we haven't really talked much yet about kind of where the runners can go, but Desert does seem like the most logical place at this point.
Yeah, everything's pointing you to that. Could be where we found our hammer.
We can get into Pod. We just can't finish it because we don't have the hammer. We can't get to Hera because we need the... We need the hammer. Hammer and the hook shot because the mirror won't get us there. Skullwoods, we've gone as far as we can without the fire rod. Swamp Palace, we could check the first chest, but again, we can only check the first. Well, Ether is at Bombos today.
Well, that's good to know, especially if you need it.
And without a fire rod or Bombos, the last 3 dungeons we can't even get in because we don't have medallions for them yet. Well, actually, that's not true. Turtle Rock, we actually can get in by virtue of some inverted shenanigans, but again, you're kind of going into Turtle Rock in a pretty dangerous territory at this point.
Yeah, Turtle Rock, you do not need to have the medallion to go into it. You can sneak in the back and work your way around.
Okay,
sorry.
Apparently I was wrong. It was... Bombo's tablet was B-Torp. I just thought Buzz, because Ether, electricity,
There's
side
Ether.
note, Ether is in Checkerboard Cave. I'll shut up now.
Well, then in that case, we know where our 4th bottle is at. Still, Ether over in Desert. Well, you know, Ether could be required for Meyer. Find that hook shot or boots, and you're ready to go. And there's Bombos on the Desert ledge. Wow.
So, Elminster is going to mirror into the Meyer area first. See that
and
Ether...
It's Ether.
Okay, so we can open up Meyer, but we can't get in without the hook shot or the boots.
Maybe the boots are right here. Nope, and no. Okay, I was wrong.
Yeah, that would be... That would be too weird for me, because I had a race last night where Desert was boots locked, and then the very next chest in Desert was boots.
I've seen that.
If that happened again, I feel like there'd be a conspiracy going on here or something.
Just don't scream. Or if you do, let me know. Give me a heads up, and I'll just cover my ears. All right. Now let's see if it's going to be boots locked. Oh, you can get the right side of it at least. Just hope that big key is over here. If it's not over here, we know the big key will be on the torch, and it will be boots locked. And we got a map.
All right.
Last chance.
Are we boots locked? Survey says... Yep.
Well, now we gotta hunt down the boots. Boots could be it. Odd.
All right. Well, let's do. Since we're on topic of where things can be, let's go over our old friend, the pedestal, because we like to have things on the pedestal.
Well,
Hammer
it can't be. Sorry.
Can't be hammer because of pod. Can't be fire rod because of Skullwoods. And
Mario. I missed a hint. Hold on, let me see it on the restream. The boots are boots are on ped.
So much for me going over what was on the pedestal. It did it for
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a ped required seed and early Aga seed. Even though it's all dungeons, it is rare to have both of those in the same seed.
This is true. We do have an Aga seed and a pedestal seed.
This is going to be a pretty much 100% run today.
Well, it was already 100% run because it was all dungeons, but well,
ped included.
We can still be hyped about this.
Oh man, I love it when there's a required ped pull. Oh, we got the silvers over on the pyramid, but for those who don't know, silvers are worthless in hard mode and only good on Ganon. So instead of it switching automatically silvers, it keeps your regular arrows because they're no good on anything. And also for stunning, the bows don't stun, but the hookshot stuns.
All right, Gnome Attack wants to know why we're all getting all hyped for this. The fact that in a normal defeat Ganon seed where you just have to get the 7 crystals, we like things to be on the pedestal because that means you're required to do the pendant dungeons. So we get really hyped for that. Again, it's all dungeons. We were doing the pendant dungeons anyway, but the boots we need for Desert because Desert was boots locked. The big key was on the torch. And then the hint tile in that room told us, oh yeah, the boots are on the pedestal. Hence all the hype.
And everybody loves the ped seed. We all love going to get that. We hate it when ped is dead. So like I said, everything appears to be... Makes you wonder, too. Could a green pendant lead to Sarashala having an important item as well? And at this time, Fylion picks up their crystal out of Eastern.
That may be possible.
That would be interesting as well. Maybe Elminster be lucky and find that hammer real quick up here. Looks like Fylions gonna go ahead and grab the monkey too, but that portal is gonna make it a little difficult to get the monkey up there. So I really don't remember what happens if the monkey goes through the portal or not.
You will not be able to get through. So what you can do is you can lift up a bomb, and now you can walk through the portal.
Just what you said. That's exactly what Fylion was doing at that time. Well, we got the boss key already, the first chest. Sorry, first chest of pod, I should say. Some cash requires the hook shot. So, who do we pay for the hook shot? We've paid Zora, didn't have it.
No, I think it's the reverse. It's saying that you need the hook shot to get some cash.
Okay. Yep, I was backwards. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited for this race because this is getting to be a good race. So I kind of got a little mixed up.
Mm-hmm. I know there was
down in the final heart.
I know. I think it was Snaker the Jaker was deciding to go ahead and say it. All dungeons ruins the magic of a ped seed. I can understand that sentiment, but considering how rare pedestal seeds are, I'm taking them in whatever circumstances I can get them.
Yeah, because it's even rare in an all dungeon seed to have to go pull ped. Especially if you got to do all the pendants before you can even get your boots.
Which, you know, we were talking about the fact that Ganon's Tower, you could be required to run Ganon's Tower before doing the pendant dungeons. With the fact that you need to pull the pedestal to get the boots to finish the 7 crystal dungeons, which means we ain't getting to Ganon's Tower until every other dungeon is finished.
Yep, so... Well, that'd make it easy for our big key game later on, too.
Alright, we got drugs in the back of pod.
Another key. Where is our hammer? We won't be able to finish this without our hammer.
Damon Lord in chat also bring up a point that with the boots being on pedestal, that means we need the hook shot to get in the mire.
Could the hammer be in its vanilla location? Because isn't it the big chest of vanilla location?
Yep, it is possible it can be there.
It looks like we're going to get a hammer yump to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Both hammer yumps. Wow.
Yep. Very nice.
Nope. Not there.
Major the Storm, is this finals? No, we are in the...
There's hammer!
We'll call that French vanilla hammer.
No, it's vanilla extract. I like that one. Someone said that the other day.
All right.
Earliest location for... Oh, sorry. You go ahead and finish.
Back to explaining, to answering Major of the Storm's question. No, we are in the group stage of the fall tournament. So we had qualifiers to get into this group stage. We whittled that down to 96. We have 16 groups of 6 runners. Each runner has to run the other 5 race the other 5 runners in their group 3 times. This is the first match between ElminsterRTA and fylion in their group.
Someone asked in chat, where could the hook shot probably be? Hook shot still could be in quite a few places.
Okay, well, that bow, or the hammer opens up a couple things. It opens up Ice Palace. So it could be there. It does open up more of Swamp Palace, but we're still hookshot locked from the back.
Yep. Opens up Tower of Hera. That's not completable.
No, because we still need the hook shot.
No, because you go over from the top of Dark World down. You need Titan's bits. That's what you need.
Oh, yeah.
It's inverted.
No, yeah. Yeah, because you still need Titan's mitts to lift the rock at Turtle Rock to get the portal and then hammer through. So yeah, we either need Titan's mitts or hook shot to get to Hera still.
And Fyleon's going to go over to the pyramid ledge. Fyleon noped out of dark or potted, so let's see what their plan's going to be. Elminster making quick work of Helmisar. And Helmisar is down. There's the first pendant. We gotta find the fire rod to take out Skull Woods.
Oh, you know what it is? The reason why Fylion noped out, because he doesn't know the boots are on the pedestal. Elminster does, that's why he did it.
Yep, that is true. Fylion needs to get down to the desert as soon as they can, because they're probably looking for boots before they go to the desert, but they won't find them.
Yeah, so the key thing right now that we need, back to the whole point about needing the boots, is we are going to need Fire Rod to finish off Mothula, and we're going to need Cane of Samaria and the Hook Shot to be able to do Mire. We do know from a hint that the two items are in the fire-locked portions of Mire. And it looks like Elminster is going to be making his way into Ice Palace with that hammer.
Makes sense to go ahead and get in there. Let's see what our hint's going to be today.
Chad also reminding me that the whole thing about Fylion not doing this because of a pendant dungeon, there's still the fact that this is all dungeons. So there is that problem.
Oh, yeah, some bombs are in Paradox Cave. Thank you. We already figured that one out. Well, we're going to get the mushroom turned in. Let's see if this pays off. And the witches today brewed the mushroom and made 20 rupees. Yeah, these ducks are really difficult to do without the hook shot or higher sword.
2 bombs will do it.
I got down to 5 bombs, so there you go. First item is only $5. Finally, looks like they're gonna be heading on up to Catfish,
which we know is just 10 sticks.
We got 3 hints in Ice Palace, so we still got 2 more to see what's gonna happen. Yeah, Fyleon's ready just to give it right back in that portal. Well, at least one of the grumpy fishes were good to us today. Ooh, Fylion, watch it. There you go. Almost got sniped out too. Some cash requires bombs, so we're not going to... This probably was Hype Cave because we found some in there. And actually, Mini Motorm Cave had a ton of cash. Fylion picking up that heart piece. Is not going to Hobo for the full heart container, though.
And now for any new runners, you will see one of the most important bomb jumps you will need to learn if you run Randomizer, the most famous of the 3 Ice Palace bomb jumps.
And it is not easy to get down. It definitely takes some practice to learn it. Fyleon's taking advantage of the shovel. Gonna find a little heart piece.
Very nicely done by Elminster, getting all 5 Pen Gators grouped together to get killed by that bomb.
Now with no keys, Elminster's gonna take the stairs. If they can get there.
Mecam Box in chat also putting out a disclaimer. The bomb jump isn't needed to play Rando. Yes, you can do it without the bomb jumps. I just highly say if you want to get good at it, and I have to remind I suck at this game, you may want to learn those.
It helps out in Ice Palace because the switch is already flipped, so you can push the block down instead of having the Cane of Samaria to be able to get to Coats there. And we only have 5 rupees. I missed a hint. Something was in the west of swamp. See it on the restream here. A map and some cash is in western swamp, so left side swamp will not be needed today. That's good to know. And thank you, All in One Mighty, for 7 months subscription. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Definitely helping us stay alive in this channel. Looks like fylion is going to check the first chest out over here. Actually, you get a few checks.
He can pretty much do the front. He can't do the back without the hook shot.
Yeah, so we can get 2. Was it 2? Unless you find the big key. It's still 2 or 3 chests. Let's see what we can find. I mean, hook shot could be hiding in here. And our next hit for Elminster is just a joke. Reference to Willy Wonka for those who don't know.
So, as we were talking about bomb jumps, this is another one. Normally, you would use the hook shot to get across here and check the right side of Ice Palace, but as you see here, Elminster is going to set up another bomb jump to be able to get through that without the hook shot. Based on the key layout, it is possible that you don't need to have the hook shot to get across, but it isn't stopping Elminster from executing it, and gets it done.
fylion is going to attempt to get that fairy. If he doesn't troll him, walk off to the other place. And got it just in time. I know of a blue potion in fylion, but I don't know what the other 2 bottles could have. I think one still has a red potion. Actually, I think it's 2 blue potions and a red potion. And I just missed what Elminster got. Oh, just the key. And a compass.
And
did find the hook shot.
All right, so we had a French vanilla hammer and we had a French vanilla hook shot.
Well, looks like somebody's gonna have to instead go over to Swamp soon too to get their hook shot. That does open up Hookshot Cave for us. Thankfully, it's inverted. You don't need a hookshot to get over to it.
I mean, if we want to continue with all the French vanilla-ness of this seed, that does also open up Mire if you're hoping for a French vanilla Cane of Samaria.
And what we were saying earlier about pushing the block down right there, you don't need a Cane of Samaria. You push the block down Ice Palace, you can push it onto the switch, and you go straight there. That's the benefit of doing that bomb jump earlier with the switch flipped.
We also found the flute in the basement of Swamp Palace.
Answering question in chat, is there any way for Elminster to know the hookshot is in Swamp? The only way they will know is if they come across a hint that says it. But so far, all the hints that Elminster has had access to has not said anything about the hookshot.
Speaking of which, Elminster tries to get Cold Stare in the corner, but with only Fighter Sword and Hammer, can't do that for long. Chugging a red potion and now trying to take on the 3 cold eyeballs. While fylion heads in to take care of the swamp eyeball. And chat, get ready. It's time for Menu Simulator 2018 on fylion side.
No, Elminster's doing a great job of avoiding all the damage until he got hit in the head with the ice block. Two down, one more to go. And there it is. Ice Palace is complete and rewarded with a map and a crystal.
Nicely done, Elminster. Alright, Serio X reminding me that we did get that hint in Misery Mire that we did find both items, so no chance of a French Vanilla Samaria today.
Nope, because that would be, because if I remember correctly, there was nothing important on Mire, so on that side. So we can go straight for the boss. Hopefully you get an early key and get it, what is the Jet Boss or something they call it? Godmire, that's what they call it, right?
Yeah, it's Godmire.
And fylion is doing a good job taking down Argus with the hammer. And there it is. Swamp Palace is complete and rewarded with the boss key. Will they go check the big chest?
Probably.
I lost count of the items. We know we got one item on the left side, but it's not important. I get the hook shot. Rupees. I think there might be an item in the chest.
Well, he walked through the mirror portal.
I'm not going back, but Elminster's going to go ahead and finish up Thieves Town.
All right. We had a Hagmania in chat mention that he just joined in, so let's give him a quick recap. So this is inverted all dungeons hard mode. It was Aga required in order to get to the light world, and then from there, as some people in chat have pointed out, that we found out that desert was boots locked, and then we discovered in the hint tile in desert that, oh, by the way, those boots are on the pedestal. So we have a very rare Aga required, pedestal required seed, and it may still be all dungeons, so that may diminish some of the hype, but again, it is so rare to get a combined Aga required, pedestal required seed that I'm going with it no matter what.
And to answer something in chat, Night Shifter, I mentioned the cane is needed for the switch to Vitreous. That is true, but once they get the cane, I was talking about the Godmire, be able to find the boss key early when they can get in there. Because the two items that are in there are fire locked and they're not needed. So all we need to do is find the cane and go straight to Vitreous.
Now, one thing we should also point out that could be a potential snag for fylion is that fylion finished Thieves Town before going for Aga 1. We believe there is an item in the Thieves Town big chest that, because neither runner had the hammer until Pod, fylion obviously did not get. So this could potentially be huge if there is a required item in the Thieves Town big chest, because it may be a long time before fylion heads back for that.
And there's the second one saying the bombs and shield are fire locked in Mire. So, but fylion has found that finding the hint that they need to go finish the pendants. So fylion will find out that they needed to finish up Pod. And a good swipe.
Getting some rage slashes, because I think fylion realizes, crap, I have to go back for Helmassar.
And it's always a pain when you gotta do a double dip. Especially when you find a hint like that. Alright, here we should be finding out, because if I'm correct, there is the item. So we'll see what is in the big chest.
Alright, so as we said before, fylion finished Thieves Town without checking the big chest. ElminsterRTA is about to do this. Is fylion screwed? Survey says, nope.
Well, yes, that is the most important arrow of the game. That's the one you're going to shoot Ganon with. So yes. fylion missed that. Bad thing is, though, if fylion's looking for something later on and thinks that might be in Thieves Town, it might be a waste of a check all the way down there.
We should point out, jokes aside, we do call that the Arrow of Destiny, but it is not in fact required. We just like to pretend it does because it's the only single arrow item in the game.
Yeah, it was just a joke.
No, I know, but we have some new people here potentially.
Yeah,
so
no, that's why I said it was a joke. It was for a chat. Let them know. Yeah, it was just a joke.
we cool. We cool.
Keeping all the fun going. And blind is down real quick on Elminster. Perfect script fight.
Very nicely done.
That their 4th dungeon is complete. I think fylion might bomb Agito once they find out there's just some bombs in here.
No.
Nope, save and quit.
Just save and quit.
We do know our 4th bottle is on the Bombos tablet. Looks like Elmis is probably going to go for, well, the frog. Jeremiah, there we go.
Well, he already did those.
Nope. Oh, it was him that did it. For some reason, I was thinking it's fylion.
Well, the other thing was, there was Peg Cave, but for some reason, Elminster decided to not do Peg Cave while he was right there.
That might come back to bite him. fylion is heading down that way. Nope, going to the portal. Elminster's going to finish up escape and find out there's nothing really there. Gotta go to pod, Elminster. Or not pod, swamp, I'm sorry.
Highly.
fylion got the flute, I'm sorry. So fylion's going to activate it. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just going to say that Hylian did give us a 25-bit donation, and we do want to say thank you very much for said bit donation.
The flute's going to help us travel around a little bit more. Even though we already had access to everything, still, like I said, it helps us travel. And getting travel quickly, it definitely helps out when you're racing. Thank you, Otter Pops SMD, for the Twitch Prime subscription. Appreciate it. And the goose is loose, ladies and gentlemen.
That it is indeed. We will get, we are using Elminster's audio, so assumedly when Elminster goes to Swamp Palace and gets said flute, if he does activate it, we'll get you a swag duck at that point.
Yeah, we'll take a moment of silence for the national anthem when he gets it. fylion, just doing that check. Going down, check that big chest. Gonna regret it, though.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that's on your mind. You gotta go down and check. Can't blame him for doing it.
Alright, so to kind of regroup here, knowing that the boots is needed for desert and that they're on the pedestal, we got the hook shot in Swamp Palace, but we still need the fire rod to finish off Mothula, and we need the cane of Samaria to finish off Meyer. That hook shot does open up Lightworld Death Mountain and Tower of Hera. And with the item density that's there, I gotta think Hera's coming up at some point. Because from there, we've already done Ice Palace. And Meyer you can get in, but we know the 2 items there are not of any use, so you're pretty much looking at the middle floors of Turtle Rock, and that's about it.
Elminster, I thought they were going to head on the swamp, but they're going to head on turn that mushroom in.
Which we know is just $20.
Fylion's going to go ahead and finish up pod now. And while there's not much going on, I just want to remind everybody to give these runners a follow, because they are putting on an amazing race for us. This is not an easy seed, hence the hard mode. They're doing very well.
Absolutely. please be sure to get both of them their follows as we have discussed. And we get a hard reset from Elminster, saving that mushroom in case we need to do a fake powder at Magic Bat. Meanwhile, fylion is heading back to take care of Helmisar King, because he kinda left without doing that.
Yep, he said, nope, it's a pendant, don't need it right now, but with all dungeons, I don't know, still don't know why fylion just didn't go ahead and complete it while they were here. Elminster, are you heading to swamp?
Probably, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, there's not much else they can really do unless they go up to... They can't even really do anything on Death Mountain, so it's the only thing they can do. I think all the other overworld checks they could do is already done.
Yeah, he's gonna pull the dam and then head into the swamp.
What was in swamp? The hook shot is in swamp.
As well as that flute.
And Elminster got the hint that we do not need to go over to the west side.
Alright, fylion is into Helmisar.
Here, surely Elminster will be grabbing their hook shot.
Alright, Helmisar down. Alright, I gotta think Death Mountain's coming up soon. Alright, Elminster has the hook shot.
There's 1, 2, 3. Fourth item is up on... So yeah, fifth item, yeah. There's an item in the big chest, so we'll see if Elminster's going to come back for it after they get through. And Phylion's heading on into Ice Palace.
Yeah, I did forget about that. Fylion had not finished that. Which actually, I forget who, but someone in chat was asking, like, what's kind of the status of the race, like, who's ahead and whatnot, which, at this point, we really don't like to say, like, who's ahead or who's not based on the fact that we really can't know until the runners are into go mode, but both of them are pretty even in terms of the dungeon count, and they're both about to get the one dungeon the other had finished and ahead of them, so this is still very much anybody's race at this point.
Yeah, it's still a very close race, so we have no clue what's going to happen yet, and that's the great thing about this race is not knowing because it's so close with these two runners. Both are amazing runners, and their routing, even though they've went different places, their routing is still very good. Each of them finding important items, and then turn around, the other person goes in the same place after they did. So, he said their routing is turning out to be very good. I don't know what that bomb... Nope, bomb was not close enough to that switch.
There we go.
Elminster's going in for the menu switch fight. Nope, going to use the spin attack. You know, all these places we have been, we still have not found our second upgrade for a sword. Still on fighter.
We are going to need to at least get to Master Sword in order to be able to finish this game with Cannon. Fighter Sword will not damage Cannon at all. Master Sword spins will. You'd like to get to Tempered, and since this is hard mode, no chance of butter.
It could be in one of the boots locks locations, so... Okay, apparently I miscounted. Night Shifter chest says that all 6 items in Swamp are accounted for, so the big chest is not needed. I apologize. I forgot about the other 2 chests, that's right. So yeah, you're correct. I forgot about 2 of the chests, so it's all good.
No worries.
That's why fylion didn't worry about going back. So that helps out. And Elminster got the flute, and I'm sure they will go to activate it here shortly. Well, we're going up to Death Mountain, not activating the flute yet.
Yeah, I think this makes sense.
Yeah, go ahead and get these checks out of the way while you're up here. Because the flute really doesn't open up anything, so it's not too important to get it right now.
Yeah, in terms of progression, you really only need the flute for Death Mountain access and Mire access. And since we have both of those, also this being inverted mode, you can't really use... Well, you can use the flute to get to Mire. Never mind, ignore the talking idiot. Either way, I imagine Elminster is only going to activate that flute when he eventually goes back to Kakariko to take care of Mothula.
Alright, now we get our first look at Paradox Cave, I believe. So I don't think Phylion's been up there.
Yep, we got 7 items here. 2 in the bottom, which is a whole bunch of nothing.
Well, it's potion money, at least. Let's see what our next 5 checks is going to hold. Maybe a sword upgrade, finally. And maybe the cane. Nope. Ice Rod.
I'll take an ice rod.
Oh, yeah, that thing usually hides. That's good to get. Bombs, and more rupees. So, hey, that was worth it for the ice rod, though.
ElminsterRTA having a little problem with the bomb jump. And bombs and frustration.
I always love the frustration bombs.
So, in inverted mode, you can get into Turtle Rock without the medallion. You may still need the medallion based on key layout, but it is possible that you may not need it. But what's interesting is, assuming we don't need the medallion, we've been talking about needing Fire Rod and Cane of Samaria in order to finish off the pendant dungeons to get the boots on the pedestal. If we don't need Quake for Turtle Rock, boots could be our go mode.
Yeah, it very well could. And there's the Master Sword and Hookshot.
So that really could mean boots are our go mode.
Oh, and a Titan's Mitts. Wow. Hookshot's definitely a place to go. Oh, Titan's Mitts just opens up a little bit more for us. Makes travel a little bit easier.
It opens up travel capabilities. Progression-wise, it opens up nothing. Once you get the boots, it will open up King's Tomb. But there's still that problem of the boots being on the pedestal.
Yep. And now we're going to Tower of Hera. Oh no, we're going to go ahead and get the ether tablet check. Actually, we're going not check, but we're going to get the item. Fylion having a little bit of trouble over here with Cold Stare. Uses the potion. We got a heart piece on the ether tablet.
Gonna chug another potion.
Answering question in chat, is both runners aware that it's pay required? Yes, they went through, saw the key was on the torch and desert, and the hint right there by it said that boots are on pedestal. So both of them are aware of it. Some cash is requiring to unlock. Yep, we already know the lunchbox. And also another comment in chat, you don't need the ice rod to clear penance. No, but it's good to have for trial next because you need it to clear out the Turtle Rock dungeon.
Breaking news.
And usually that item has. Sorry.
Breaking news, Kane of Samaria is in Hera.
Oh, I missed that hint. Well, it's a good thing Elminster's there.
It wasn't a hint. It was in the chest on the first floor.
Oh, I missed that. Wow. Well, Hera play definitely turned out to be the right one. Now we can finish up Meyer. And it's hopefully going to be a God Meyer and have that big key right up front.
Now, the one thing with that is we did, as you were saying, we did get a note, hint earlier, that the two items are in the fire-locked portions of Meyer, and neither of them are the fire rod that we are pending to get boots off a pedestal, so we still got to find fire rod.
Yep, let's see. It could be in Turtle Rock. And, well, we might get a hammer peg check now.
Alright, Troll Dorm time. Oh, Elminster was very close to the troll hole there.
And Rocky commenting, yes, it did say a key. I thought it might have been the big key, but the small key is locked inside its own chest in the basement.
All right, and Troll Arm down.
I think the next play would probably go ahead and get down to Meyer. Take care of your pendant. Or while you're up here, go ahead and dip in Turtle Rock to look for the fire rod. Which might be what Elminster could be doing. So he knows it's not going to be in Meyer.
Yeah, so I think there's some confusion in chat regarding what we're talking about boots being go mode. The thing is that boots are on the pedestal. And so you need the items to clear all the pendant dungeons. Well, you need the fire rod to clear out Mothula in Skullwoods. And so thus, that's how I'm getting at. Unless we need Quake for Turtle Rock, the boots are going to be go mode. Mimic Cave, Tempered Sword.
Yeah, so right now, the way it's looking, boots will be go mode unless something else pops up. Because we need to get the fire rod before the boots. Looks like Phylion's going to make the Death Mountain Tower Hera play.
Mm-hmm. And as Bill Gunn was asking about inverted mode, which is what we are playing, as you see, we start in the Dark World, we go to the Light, we need to get to the Light World. Aga Tower is Ganon's Tower, Ganon's Tower is Aga Tower, and we've messed around with some stuff to kind of help with the fact that the mirror now goes from Light World to Dark World. As you can see, some of the repercussions of that are we can get into Turtle Rock through the back door.
Alright, first chest in Turtle Rock. Just a map.
Recedador in chat saying they have the mirror. You don't need the medallion for Turtle Rock. Mostly true. I think there are some ways, based on key layout, could cause some issues with that, but because right now, for example, Elminster doesn't have a key to get through the door on the other side of the Chain Chomp room. Yeah.
Oh, time to go check out Laser Bridge.
Well, before that...
Oh, go ahead.
Oops, sorry. Oh, yeah, you're right. We do...
It's easy to get the Laser Bridge from Light World, so you don't have to worry about that. Fylion finding the ice rod.
Alright, Recedador, who's a better runner than I am, correcting me and saying you should be able to go full reverse from Laser Bridge, which is why you always start on Laser Bridge. Again, I suck at this game, so that's why I didn't know that. Thank you, Recedador, for the correction.
No, Fire Rod will not make it go mode because the boots are required and you need Fire Rod to be able to get to the boots. So boots will be the item as of right now that is go mode. You're required to get the Fire Rod first to take out Skull Woods.
Alright, there's a big key. And I think Elminster is realizing what Recedador said about the fact that you probably should start at Laser Bridge.
Yeah, no invincibility here, so it's a little bit difficult to get through. But coming through that cave entrance, at least you got a quick return. Fylion finding their Master Sword. And they getting their Titan's mitts. Oh, and there's the Fire Rod. So now you can go finish up Turtle Rock, and you can also... Yep. Hey, Elminster knows there's no more items you need. So go straight, take out Trinex, and get Skull Woods and Mire done, and you're go mode.
Yeah, Elminster knows he's in go mode at this point. Just got to do Trinex, take care of Vitreous and Mothula, then go pull a pedestal to kill some Lameli, and then make your way to the Ganon's Tower.
And it looks like I was being corrected in chat that Laser Bridge is actually out of logic because of no invincibility. You don't have mirror shield, so yeah, I guess it's right. The seed logic would require you to have cape to be able to get through Laser Bridge.
Alright, down goes Trinex.
But the good thing is, you can still get through it, get it done. It's not a major logic break, so it's not going to really change too much. Both runners got the hint about the lunchbox after they delivered it. So as soon as Elminster completes Skull Woods and Mr. Mire and gets those boots, they will officially be in go mode. Oh, this is looking like a tight seed there for a moment. Now it's just opened right up all of a sudden. Gotta love it when this happens. And Fylion is following in Elminster's footsteps. I guess Elminster might be going to Skull. Nope. Might be going to activate the flute.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to activate the flute, then take care of Skull Woods, then use the flute to get to Mire to take care of Vitreous.
Yeah, it's a very good routing.
So if you're new to the Zelda Randomizer community, you should know at this time that we like to honor Hyrule because ElminsterRTA is about to pull out the flute and serenade us with the playing of our national Swag Duck anthem.
Moment of silence. And
And
the
with that,
goose is loose on Elminster's. Sorry, didn't mean to step on you.
That's okay. The hawk is about to rock, and we salute you.
And I believe earlier one was the turkey is. Now I forget it. The swan is gone. The duck is a muck. The pheasant is present. Getting all the puns in chat now.
Elminster also correcting me that you want to do that in reverse. You want to do Vitreous, then do Mothula, because then you can mirror right to the pedestal.
No, you cannot mirror because you're already in Dark World. You have to go down and get the Light World.
No, but you can put a portal there and then mirror.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You can put a portal right there outside. I did forget about that. My apologies. Thinking about it, too. We are in no mode as well as Elminster. And shortly, fylion will be in no mode once they find the fire rod. So we'll all be in no mode at the same time. That's kind of rare because not always the runners don't always know what's where. And while we got time, got a few more little puns for the duck. The gander is grander. Let's see. The blue jay flew away. Boy, I love these puns. Robin is bobbing. The dove is above.
Hate to interrupt. We need to see if we got a Godmire or not.
Nope. Oh, man.
Still got to find the big key. fylion is about to get his fire rod, and that will put him in no mode. And I imagine he'll be making his way for Trinex shortly.
If Elminster could hover, they could hover and skip the boss key. But... And chat, thank you for those puns for the goose. I'm gonna have to remember some of those.
I actually have a note in my phone where I keep track of all of those. I'll have to go back and get those later because we got business to attend to. All right, so that means the big key has to be in the chest adjacent from the big chest. Because we know...
last place.
Yeah, because we know left side doesn't have anything.
And fylion got their fire rod from Laser Bridge and is taking on Trinex as we speak. Oh, that's right, Brewers fan. Thank you. I forgot about that. There is another boss door, so hovering would not help. But they have the key. And it is time to take on Vitreous, at least with Temper Sword, so that's definitely going to help. And Trinex is going to be hammered down, and those rocks are going to be shattered. Oh! fylion takes a death with one more hit to Trinex. Oh, that hurts.
Press F to pay respects.
I think fylion still had a potion, too. They thought they can get that last hit and didn't have to use it. Man, that hurts. All right, Trinex, round 2. This time he's going down.
Panda Square in chat. I gotta shout this out. Trinex, more like try again.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I like that one. Elminster's using arrow strats along with the sword.
Needs to be careful because only 1.5 hearts and no.
Oh, as you speak.
press F to pay respects.
Round 2 on Trinix. Oh, same thing happened to fylion. Trinix just snuck right up and took a big chunk. Trinix is not playing with fylion today at all.
This is where I think hard mode is starting to catch up to these runners a little bit.
Yes, Citophobic S and Chad is dying like this common in these runs for hard mode. Yes, it is.
Gwendy and Knight in chat also bringing up a good point that this isn't where the difficulty ends, because once we get to the bracket stage with the top 32, that also opens up expert mode as an option.
Yeah, I'd love to see some expert mode when they get up to brackets. That's going to be a good time. And fylyon's not really having any problem with the two heads. It's just when Turtle comes out of his shell and snakes around, fylion has issues. Oh, 1 heart. Could have swore that fylion had another potion.
Alright.
Must have used it while I wasn't looking.
Back to phase 2 again.
Be careful, fylion. Don't go in his path again. 3, 4. Oh, they missed the 4th one. Missed it again. 4, 5. There you go. Got it.
You know what we say about third times.
Third time's the charm. Elminster not playing this time. Just going right up in there with the sword strats. And with that, they are once again tied, even though right now until right now. Elminster's getting their pendant. So right now, Elminster is 1 dungeon ahead of fylion. But still, this is anybody's game.
Both of them are in go mode effectively in go mode at this point. fylion, unfortunately, missing the Tempered Sword in Mimic Cave, so that may also cause some problems down the road.
Yeah, because I don't see fylion going back that way, so it looks like it will be a Master Sword Ganon fight. Because fylion knows all they gotta do is go take out these 2 pendants, get their boots, and then go straight to desert. And Rocky and Chad actually brings up a decent point. Both of them are probably feeling behind after those deaths, because both of them took deaths on those bosses, so they might be feeling a bit behind at this point.
So as predicted, ElminsterRTA is going to leave the portal there, go finish off Mothula, and then go pull a master pair of boots.
Definitely a very good choice.
Elminster also forgetting he needs a small key, so gonna go get that.
Good thing there's one available right here. You know, Temper Sword, Fire Rod. I don't see Mothula really causing a problem.
Nope. Hopefully this will be rather quick-like. Now watch us curse Elminster.
fylion, where are you going? You got the hint that there's nothing on the left side. Oh, you're hitting the switch. My bad.
Yeah, I kind of need that.
Yeah, I forgot. All right, Mothula, your time has come. Actually, no. Yep, last shot of Fire Rod's God. I think one more hit, maybe. Yep.
There we go.
Mothula is down. It is time to go get those boots and be in an official go mode. Yes, out of logic because no invincibility, but we don't know where that cape is at. We're not even going to bother looking for it.
Nope.
But we do know for sure the cape cannot be in Ganon's tower.
All right, chat. Get your pedestal hype in. This is probably going to be the greatest go mode call I've ever made. Let's enjoy this for all its glory.
Dun 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 dun.
1 hour, 45 minutes, 52 seconds. ElminsterRTA is in go mode.
Time to go fast. Get that flute. Get down there. Oh, need a little bit more. A desert go mode is going to be very quick. So make sure you don't blink or you will miss it. I have to re-sing a song. So right now, routing in Ganon's dungeon could possibly be what's going to happen, because it's right now Elminster's race to lose. Being 2 dungeons ahead is definitely helping out. And Paul the Black was asking someone in chat, but no, Alan did not get the bottle off of Bombos. Oh, fylion needs to be careful. Get struck by that lightning there.
Just gotta get 2 more eyeballs.
And then his Master Sword definitely takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, forgetting that. There we go. Alright, just need to poke the eyeball with some sticks. Runs out of sticks. And now doing Master Sword spins. There we go.
And it's down. Now, fylion is 1 dungeon behind.
Yeah, at this point, now that we're in go mode, we can confidently say ElminsterRTA is in the lead at this point. But a couple execution fails, a couple troll arm falls, Ganon hugs. This race is by no means over.
Yes, Aga 2 is required for the win. Aga 2 is always required when you got to defeat Ganon. You know, if we have to go fight Ice Armos with the big keys back there, this will be an all bosses run.
All right, 3 strikes. The Lambos are out at the old ball game. 10 bombs for your 10 bombs for your troubles. That is crystal number 7. So, chat, it is time for the game that we all like to play. There are 22 locations where the Ganon's Tower Big Key can be in the basement of Ganon's Tower. If you want to play in our little guessing game, you need to guess the number between 1 and 22. In order to get on our leaderboard for said game, you need to donate 250 bits or subscribe to one of our 6 speed gaming channels. Shandis, what is your guess?
I'm going to stick with my usual and say 8.
Jelly D739 gave us a Twitch Prime sub. Guesses are closed.
What is your guess?
It doesn't count because I didn't get it in time. Number 1, 20 bucks. Number 2, cape.
Oh, well, the cape was up there.
Number 3, 5 bucks.
Well, we get to see Bob today, probably.
Hooray, we get to see Bob. Alright, number 4. 10 arrows, 5. Small key, 6. Piece of heart, 7. $20. And we're gonna see some Dark Magician strats.
Changing it up a little bit. Yeah, but the cape and Gannis Tower, technically, I guess the logic does not require the cape for Laser Bridge. Oh, Cane of Burner, that does work on Laser Bridge, that's right.
Actually, no, it doesn't, because it's in hard mode. You don't have the invincibility on the Laser Bridge. Either way, number 8, Piece of Heart, 9. $20, 10. Quake, 11. Piece of Heart.
Oh, my guess is out, and at this point, Fylion has got their last pendant.
I guess chat is reminding me that, I guess, Burna does work on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, that's what a lot of them are saying, so.
This shows you how much I've played hard mode, which is, I haven't played hard mode.
Me either. I'm learning as I go with it, and it doesn't say that in the description of it, I don't believe, unless I missed it. And here's our second ped pool. Get your ped hype again in chat.
Alright, Bob's chest is number 12.
Hey Bob, how's it going? Wait for Bob to come out, save your life.
There we go, we let Bob out. $20.
Which number was that?
12.
Okay. And this isn't all boss seed right now. Maybe not required, but it is on the Elminster side.
Some people are saying, isn't Bob usually 14? Well, Elminster went a different route, so hence why it's 12, and hence why this is number 13. $300, 14. 10 arrows, 15. There it is.
There it is. And closest got Tadaru got it today. Congratulations, Tadaru.
You have been added to our leaderboard. So now at this point, Elminster just has to go take care of the gauntlet and go take care of the big pig. Calsan's a little upset because his guess was 14, which is normally what Bob's chest is in the normal route. Shandus, I do have something I could give Calsan in as a side benefit since he didn't get to guess right. You think I should give it to him?
Sure, why not?
Okay, well, Calsan, since you got the right chest but the wrong number, I guess what we'll do for you is we will give you a year's supply of randomizer seeds. All you have to do is just go to ALTTPR.com and claim your prize. Offer only valid to version 32 of the randomizer. Offer completely ignores the fact that anybody can go to ALTTPR.com and claim the prize. The randomizer is for everyone. However, your randomizer lasts longer than 4 hours. Please consult the spoiler log. Have your doctor check you for eye suckitis, which involves an addiction to powder and potions. Terms and conditions apply. Void where prohibited. Japan 1.0 ROM not included.
I hope everybody caught that.
Oh, right, it wasn't Bob's chest. I forgot that.
Fylion getting that perfect zero cycle. Getting their last crystal, and they'll be heading to Guinness Tower. Sadly, Elminster missed it this time.
Lambo 2 down for Elminster. All right, Fylion is in.
Elminster's making quick work. All right, time for Troll Arm 2. All right, blink and you missed it. Troll Arm 2 is down. Proceedador also pointing out in chat that one of those money chests that we missed was the Tempered Sword, so Fylion did manage to get to Tempered Sword, and we are into the Geometry Wars. Gets a double to start there. Missed that one. That
right.
Agatu is down.
And it is time for the Big Pig. All right, so as to remind people, we did get the silver arrows, but because we did not, this is hard mode. Because this is hard mode, we do not, can't use the silver arrows until we get to Ganon. Now we can use them.
Very nice dodging there by Elminster.
All right, that's one.
Oh, triple. Nice.
Very nice triple. ElminsterRTA has this done.
Fylion's right behind him.
And ElminsterRTA finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 34 seconds. Get those GGs in chat.
And we have joining us right now, GG Elminster.
Hi, thank you.
So, how you feeling?
That felt really long, and I felt like it was Light World is very dry, and I just felt like the seed ran for long enough that it was going to be too equalized, and I was afraid that Vitria's death was going to cost me.
Yeah, actually, while you died on Vitreous, fylion was having a little bit of trouble on Trinex, so sure, everybody's figuring both y'all fell behind after those deaths.
Well, with inverted, it's much faster to try next time. That boss fight.
I mean, you definitely did a very good run. You definitely followed the items left and right. You know, it had to be a Ped seed, early Aga seed. Technically all bosses because you had to defeat Ice Armors for the big key. You had to go everywhere, do a little bit of everything.
I actually made a big mistake in Desert when I got that small key. I should have checked the torch first. Because I didn't know, like, if it was going to be... Oh wait, hold on, never mind, ignore me. I was thinking, oh, it was soft boots locked, but it was hard boots locked. Definitely needed boots.
Oh, fylion falling on that bridge there. Enemies were not playing around.
What did you think about the fact that you see that it's boots locked in Desert, and then the hint immediately tells you that the boots are on the pedestal?
That was neat. It was like, okay, well, I basically sort of found them. I just don't have them right now. So I'm like, okay, well, that coupled with the hint I got for Meyer that said that there were 2 items in the Western Wing that I didn't need, meant that I could go mode Meyer regardless of what I had when I got to it. So then I was thinking, okay, I'm not going to go to Meyer until I find Fire Rod for Skullwoods, and I'm not going to do Skullwoods until I have the other 2 pendants, because then I'll be right by the pedestal to pull it.
So, now that I'm kind of thinking back on it, in some ways it kind of did feel a little bit linear. Because it was kind of, one dungeon kind of led you to the one progression, which led you to the next one. Like, the way the layout was, you never really were at a point where you were kind of open to being able to do a lot of dungeons, a lot of dungeon options.
Yeah, definitely not dungeons. I mean, once we beat Aga, there's a lot of overworld, which had a lot of nothing except the bow. Hammer and Pod was a good find. I can't remember where Bombos was, but I remember... Oh yeah, Bombos was Desert Ledge, I think. Yep. So I grabbed that, and I was just like, okay, well, that's my ticket into Ice Palace. I'm turning up a whole lot of nothing, so I bet something's there. And I was thinking about diving it without Hammer, but I was like, no, Pod is the much better dungeon to double dip. Let's do that.
Hey, definitely made some good choices.
Alright,
and you didn't forget the bottle vendor.
You guys like my file name?
Yeah.
I think we also like the fact that both of you bombed the bottle vendor multiple times.
That's great. I'm glad that we did that as well.
And what did you think about the hook shot hiding over there in Swamp? And the flute, actually.
Flute's just a convenience item in Inverted for the most part. So that was kind of whatever. I was actually debating whether or not I wanted to activate it at all.
Yeah, once you got it, you didn't really need it.
But it is good for getting to Mire, for sure. Let's see.
Oh,
Hook shot.
sorry to cut in, but fylion just took a death on Ganon. Sorry, didn't mean to cut in, but go ahead.
Hook shot. I think the only location left I had before finding hookshot, I think the only other location I had was hammer pegs.
Yeah, you were running out of spots for that.
So I felt kind of like, I don't know. Plays could have been made to get to swamp earlier, maybe, but it also is like, I don't know. The hint at the front of swamp, I actually felt behind once I saw the hint, because I was thinking if fylion checked that hint earlier, then he probably would have done the swamp dive earlier, because it's much safer to do the swamp double dip if you know that left side has nothing.
Yeah, it was nice the swamp hint was in swamp and the boots hint for desert was in desert, so made it a little easier while you're in the dungeons. You knew what to not do. Mire hint was helpful, like you said. Pretty much just able to go mode them without even being in go mode.
I was in go mode anyways, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be.
And fylion just defeated Ganon. The pig is down.
Just gotta wait for him to get through the door, and we will give you the official SRL time of 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 3 seconds. GG's.
Amazing race from both of y'all. We'll get fylion in here. Hey, fylion, how are you doing? GG.
Oh, thanks, guys.
How you feeling, man?
Well, you know, sometimes you forget to read the seed goal, and then the seed bails you out by making you do all dungeons anyways. And that's why I left Pod so early without taking on Helmasaur King. And, you know, in some ways I was really glad the seed bailed me out on that.
I have some bad news for you, fylion.
Yeah?
That was honestly the difference in the race, too. Other than the fact that you died to Trinex twice and Elminster died to RTA once, that having to redo or do a second dip into Pod was kind of the thing that kind of put you one step behind Elminster.
I mean, yes and no. It was a couple minutes. There were, I think, a number of things that added up. Like, I was really inefficient with how I did Graveyard Ledge and even the Pyramid check. Boy, Ganon's terrible for leaving the Arrows of Evil's Bane right outside his door.
Yeah.
He's like, here you go. You know, I'm not worried about it. They won't find it in plain sight.
But, no, I mean, when I died twice to Trinex, I kind of thought, okay, that might do it, combined with all the other inefficiencies I had. There was a way I could have won this, but I think I needed to just clean up a lot of little things. Which happens when you're fighting Elminster. He's good at this game, and you have to actually bring your A game to it.
Both of y'all put on a really good run.
Yeah, we should, so I know Crazy Sunshine was asking us because we were talking about the bottle vendor, so to recap, or fylion, do you want to tell the story, or do you want me to recap it for him?
I mean, it's a pretty simple story. Elminster and I have both faced off against Cadenza in our group so far, and for both of us, we have missed an item at the bottle vendor. So sometimes that means we just get a bit silly about the bottle vendor.
Silly like you both decided to bomb the bottle vendor multiple times.
I mean, look, there's a reason Elminster and I get along, and it's because sometimes we think the same way on that. But no, overall it was... I mean, ignoring the fact that I didn't know what mode it was until I checked an hour and a half into the race, this was kind of a straightforward one. It just bottlenecked us a lot. And yeah, it was an interesting one where I I had some really good insights. I dipped into Swamp early because of that hint, which I think gave me a nice little boost. And I think Elm was talking about the Mire hint, which was like disturbingly amazing for a hint in this particular seed. The tiles really gave us a lot to work with.
Speaking of hints, going back to your point about forgetting that this was all dungeons, did you remember it was all dungeons when you saw that Boots were on the pedestal in the room that was Boots locked?
Nope. I remembered it was all dungeons about the time I was in my second death cutscene with Trinex, and my eyes were wandering around my monitor, and I saw that line written there. And then I said, oh, I guess I'm going to have to do Aga after doing GT, and then I remembered I've done Aga Tower, and I think that speaks to how long the seed felt. Like, Elm did it just under 2 hours, I was just over 2 hours, but that's a long time to walk around without the boots. Like, it is just kind of draining to have so many screens where there's nothing to do but hold left or hold right. And that really wears on you, because you have to stay just awake enough to slash guards. You can't just go on autopilot the way you really, really want to do with boots, where you hold dash, your sword takes care of everything. Don't worry about it.
Elminster, apparently there's a little bit confusing. Some people don't know about your reason you named your game like you did. You want to go ahead and explain that one?
Oh, so I think fylion named his check bottle vendor.
Yep.
As a reminder. My name, I put what he says when you've already got his item.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Dude, you already have it. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, it was an interesting little thing. I noticed it, and I was just waiting for some other people to catch on, but I figured I'll let you do the explanation of it.
Very nice, very nice. All right, well, I guess to both of you, I guess the final question I would have, how you feeling in the group stages so far, and any thoughts on the final, any final thoughts on the seed, and any thoughts on how you guys are doing so far in the group stages?
I'm doing terrible. Let's see. I think I'm 3-3 right now.
I'm doing worse. I think I'm at 2-5 now.
Ooh. Okay, well that's good for me.
I mean, you could have let me get to 3-4 here. That was within your power tonight, Elm.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. So let's see. I I threw that game against Cadenza pretty hard. We were talking about the bottle vendor fiasco, how I left hookshot on the bottle vendor. That was not even close to the worst thing that happened in that race. It was all dungeons, and Bombos was required for Mire, I think. And it was in Tile Room, and I skipped Tile Room when I did GT, and I just completely forgot about it. So I think that cost me about half an hour. My race with Dracaris, I got pretty unlucky. Getting flute very late, and then it was linear, like half the seed's progression was behind the flute in Zelda's chest. And I lost... Oh yeah, I lost to Zelda in All Dungeons Inverted, which was another PED seed. This is this seed was my third PED seed in a row in the tournament. Ice Rod was on PED for that race with Zelda. I lost to him 0-2 in round 3 of the spring brackets. We just got 2 back-to-back absolutely terrible seeds, and they were bad seeds that I did not handle well, and we pretty much got a very similar seed to that. So Ice Rod was on pedestal, but the thing that held me back was I missed I last location bow in Eastern, which was needed for Pendant Pod or something like that. So just a lot has not gone very well for me, and I'm hoping that Dracaris gets like all the wins in our group, so I stand a chance at getting the number 2 spot to make it to bracket, because I really want to play expert mode.
Yeah, we were talking. Oh, sorry, fylion.
I was just going to say that it's kind of a similar story for me. I've missed a couple early items a few times, and you may be able to hear it. I'm still recovering from some sickness, and so I've played at about 90% of my capacity, which is just not enough in this group. So, you know, that's how it goes. I've got, I think, 8 more races to do, and they're going to be good ones, but I'm not expecting to advance at this point. I'm just going to play them out and still give it my all and see how many I can get to.
Well, props to both of you for making it to the group stages, and props for quite the entertaining race you both gave us tonight. Once again, everyone, please be sure to give Elminster and fylion follows on Twitch. They certainly deserve them for the entertaining race we got tonight. Both of you, thank you once again. Really appreciated it.
I just want to point out something that's kind of funny and interesting here. Even though y'all y'all did finish less than 10 minutes apart from each other. Collection rate, you were only 1 item off from being the same collection rate. Both ended with 14 arrows. Both had 16 heart pieces, and you have pretty much exactly the same items. So that was kind of interesting.
Clearly, that one extra item was the mushroom I turned in.
Yes. Elminster hard reset on that when he found out it was just a rupee.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah,
so I think that
looking at it, it's like, wow, that's interesting. You don't see that often.
I think that really speaks to how the seed kind of railroaded you into just having to do all the same things, and not things you want to do, but things that you do because you ran out of other spots to check.
Yeah, and as much as it's the things it made you do, it's the things it didn't make you do. Like, I have to assume we did the exact same route in Mire. I assume almost every runner in the tournament would have done the exact same route in Mire based on that item layout.
Yeah, y'all did the exact same route there. I mean, a lot of your stuff was pretty much the same route when you were in dungeons. I mean, it all just led you both straight the same way. But as Jack said, thank you so much for that race. It was an amazing race. Everybody in chat loved it. We all loved it. It was great. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better race.
Yeah, and we do want to appreciate all the followers that we had tonight. Apparently, we got front page on Twitch, so we had over about 5,000 people watching this race tonight. So, thanks again to all the people in chat watching tonight. Certainly had a blast following along on this race. Again, one last time, please be sure to give follows to ElminsterRTA and fylion on Twitch. Want to give a shout out to our tracker, LinkForce0, keeping track of all the items that we found across the seed. And Shandis, it was a pleasure co-commentating with you tonight.
Pleasure co-commentating with you too. And thank you, chat, as well as the tracker. You all helped us stay on track and definitely helped us learn some new things today we didn't know about.
Also, thanks to the Speed Gaming staff who make all of this possible. Thanks to all the admins behind the scenes for this tournament, putting in the hours to volunteer and make this tournament happen. We can't do it without all of you. So for Shandis and LinkForce0, I'm Jex Reffi. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next mission.
Good night, everybody.